the Karnataka High Court has ruled in favor of NMDC in the Donimalai case. The court order quashed Karnataka government's demand of 80% royalty from the mine. Bloomberg Quint's Nikki Mirchandani spoke to Mr. Bajendra Kumar. He's the CMD of the company. And Nikki started by asking Mr. Kumar about when is NMDC expecting to restart production in Donimalai mine. Listen in.
Our legal team, who were present before the court, has seen the order and also heard the pronouncement. And we are waiting for the detailed judgment copy. We have applied for that. Probably we'll get it today evening or tomorrow, by tomorrow evening. The order is that the petition is allowed. That is, NMDC's petition is allowed, and the condition imposed to levy premium equivalent to 80% of average sales price, a minor published by IBM Communication. And they have communicated, the government of Karnataka has communicated that this is the condition that has been set aside. So there is no condition approved by the Honorable High Court of Karnataka. So we can start mining once we get the copy of the order and then give it to the state government, request the state government of Karnataka to extend the lease and execute the lease, and then we will go to the forest department for a formal permission. So I feel that we can get it done within a month's time, and I have discussed with senior officers of Karnataka. They are also waiting for the court order, copy of the court order, and probably we will be able to resume the mining operations within a month's time.
All right, sir. Actually, sir, many brokerages have been suggesting that Karnataka state government could further challenge this order, if at all, if there is any communication with this regard. And also, sir, if you could put a number to what is the kind of production now that you are expecting from this mine in the Q2 FY20 and for the financial year as a whole.
See, the limit set by the Honorable Supreme Court for Donimalai mines is 7 million ton. Generally, we have about this quarter we will be losing about 2 million ton, of mining. So we will be able to complete about 5 million ton if we start it by August. So the production, total production of NMDC will be around 35 to 36 million ton. And if without Donimalai, we will be producing only 31 million tons. So we expect another 5 million ton to be added this year if we could start operation by August first week or so.
So what is the incremental EBITDA that you would fetch if you happen to manage the extra 5 million ton production from Donimalai?
No, I don't have it right now. I have not got the details because 5 million ton will be added to the existing production. That will come around 36 million ton, and the rate, the sale price and the details will have to be worked out. It will be depending on the auction. So I cannot predict any particular EBITDA right away.
All right, sir. In that case, sir, do you think if you restart this mine, that will add to the supply in the market, which is already oversupplied right now, and in turn also would depress the auction prices that otherwise would have been higher in the second half of
in Karnataka, the iron ore produced cannot be exported out. Okay. And there are big steel players, and we have good clients there. So we expect that our production of 7 million tons from Donimalai and 7 million tons from Kumaraswamy will be consumed by the Karnataka players only. And we don't expect that there will be any problem with our sales.
Sir, I was just wanting to understand what's the kind of pricing that you now expect that there'll be because there'll be incremental supply going forward in the market because of the 5 million ton that you would now produce from Donimalai?
I don't expect any major changes in the pricing system which we are following, and that is not actually depending on this 5 million or Grenadilla mines alone. It has got the larger market implications and also the availability of our iron ore in that area. So the pricing will depend on the market forces, and we will be keeping a watch on Indian market, Indian steel pricing, and also the international market. And after that, we will be taking decision on a monthly basis, sometimes by monthly basis. So I don't, expect that because of this 5 million ton adding to any pressure on the prices or all, first prices will be continued to have the same kind of trend, which is likely to sustain. The current pricing system is likely to sustain for a couple of more months, and depends on the availability in other sectors, because we are only a 18% player in the whole market. So it will depend on the Indian market situation also, the kind of iron ore that are going to be available from Odisha and other places. So I don't think this 5 million pack will have a great impact on pricing as such.
All right, so in that case, for the month gone by, the company has managed to keep the prices pretty much at the same level. It has not changed, it has not undergone a cut, or for that matter, a rise there. I'd like to understand, how is the trend moving forward? Are you seeing a demand coming in from steel sectors? Because we have been extensively reading about how auto slowdown has impacted steel sector as a whole. And if that is your consuming...
Take into consideration of their demand also, and see the market situation of not only the big steel producing people, but also the other sponge iron people from Chhattisgarh and other Karnataka also. We'll keep a market on that, and considering the market situation of the steel and steel pricing situation also, we'll take a call as and when required. But we will definitely cater to the needs of the Indian steel market.
Sure, I get that. But sir, steel sector in this week itself, they've undertaken a cut for 6 consecutive weeks. The prices are now trading at a December 2017's low level. So do you see some kind of impact on this account? There would be some slowdown in the demand as well?
I don't expect a slowdown of demand, but what I can only say that the pricing policy will consider all these issues which you just mentioned about the fluctuation in the pricing and the sliding of pricing in steel sector. Pricing will be done accordingly.
All right, sir. The last question that I have for you is, in that case, sir, there has been a termination of contract with BHEL, which is likely to delay the steel plant commissioning further. I think that was to be commissioned by October 2019. What's the kind of deadline that now we can expect the steel plant to be commissioned by?
We have issued a notice to BHEL because they have been a lot of delay in the whole implementation of that package. So that notice has been issued, and if probably required, we will take appropriate action. And of course, this will delay. We'll expect a couple of months delay if at all the contract is terminated, to have other systems in place.